strong economic growth.
Fletcher Tabuteau.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the opportunity to take this call and, in the main, reply to the contributions from the government members already. Mr Bishop, for example, spoke about, I think the 15-16 budget was called a plan that is working. And what we are seeing from the debate today is a large number of appropriations which, sir, show exactly the opposite. He spoke about the glaring success of business research and development. He claims government success, sir, from the growth in research and development from business of 29%. So, of course, the National Party claims that that's their success, despite the very same data or same statistics that Mr Bishop referred to, telling New Zealanders and highlighting to this government that over the same period since 2014, sir, government contribution to R&D has only gone up by 5% in that entire time. And I want to point out to those government members across the aisle there that this is a race, that this is a competition with the rest of the world, and they are not holding up their end of the bargain. So, I keep forgetting your name, Hudson. Mr Hudson, how do we measure the success of R&D by government and business? Let's ask, what's a simple way of measuring that? Sir, I put it to the House that a simple way of measuring that is the amount of trade that this country, external trade that this country undertakes as a percentage of its economy. Well, the measure, sir, is a simple one, and the answer and the outcome of that is trade as a percentage of this economy is absolutely, undoubtedly going backwards, sir. Undoubtedly going backwards. As a percentage of GDP, Minister, it is going backwards. The Minister spoke about positive growth, wonderful economy going on, but then he failed to mention in his analysis that that's not true as a measure per capita, Mr Chairman. Our economy per capita has been stagnant, or if we concede and give some ultra-right interpretation of the statistics, it has grown marginally per individual. So what does the implication of that mean? Because he's right, the economy's grown, but where has that gone if it's not being spread out evenly amongst New Zealanders? It means, sir, the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. And in fact, the Minister quoted OECD statistics. He quoted the OECD as a measure of how well this economy is doing. Well, let me quote the OECD back to the Minister and highlight the fact that it was the OECD in a formal report to all its member nations that New Zealand, as a member, has one of the highest inequality data sets in the developed world. In fact, we're bordering on third world numbers in comparison to inequality. And, sir, that means that the OECD itself, completely ignored by the ministers here, has shown to New Zealand and that government that inequality is huge, it's growing, and those members opposite are not doing anything to address that, certainly not through the appropriations, sir. And I asked the question before. I think this budget was called a plan that is working. And in conclusion, I just want to highlight to the members opposite that there was no plan, there is no plan. The former Minister of Finance was diametrically opposed to the government doing anything meaningful in its budgets, and hence this rigmarole around appropriations and trying to move money into places that it's needed. So economic development and infrastructure, which is the topic we're focusing on, are inexorably linked. And for 9 years, this government has done nothing meaningful in terms of infrastructure development. I've only got 30 seconds left. I've got example after example of opportunities missed, sir, but the reality is that this government has cost this nation. It has cost businesses, and it has cost our Kiwi households in terms of homelessness, for just as one example for its lack of action, its lack of spending and its lack of leadership. Thank you, Mr Chairman.
Mr Chair, call the Honourable Simon Bridges.